Right, gonna do a video on the general erection in the United States of
Sorry, man.
Sorry, it's so hard to fucking do when there's someone else. I always do my videos on my own.
Just ignore me,
No,
man.
no, no, I do it all in one take, so I've got to keep going. Yeah, just doing a video about the general erection in the United States of America. Obviously, Hillary Clinton got absolutely anally ravaged by Donald Trump win on election day, which I don't know. I used to care very deeply about all these different liberal and political issues, and I used to go to these shitty rallies. But these days, I don't really give a flying fuck as such. I mean, that's not entirely true because obviously I wouldn't be doing a video commenting about politics if I didn't actually give a fuck. I guess more what I mean is I don't really give a shit about the outcome. I wouldn't have voted for either party personally because I don't care that much who wins, and it's not really interesting to me to vote between two retards, to be honest. So for that reason, I wouldn't have voted. However, I do like commenting on and seeing who wins and loses elections because at the time that you see people winning and losing elections, there's just a lot of trolling to be had. There's a lot of people who get butthurt. And I don't know, it's funny to watch people get so upset about things that in reality they didn't really have control of. In reality, larger sections of society had control of, and once it happens, they just can't handle it. No, it's been amusing to see basically the same sort of rhetoric from both the left and the right about both sides. The right and everyone else saying Hillary's a war criminal and will start war with Russia and the rest of the world, which, to be fair, might be true. I wouldn't put it past Trumpy Boy either with his legendary international relations, what regarding Mexico and building a wall, which, by the way, I really, really want to see happen. And I think that any Mexicans who have ambitions to be bricklayers should totally go to to their own border and yeah, help build this wall. Not only that, but if you're a Mexican and you're sick of Americans, you really want to help build this wall. It's probably good for you, no? But yeah, it's been funny seeing the liberal arguments of he's racist, he's sexist, etc., etc., and the right-wing arguments of Clinton being a warmonger recurring over and over the internet. It was funny on the day of the election, seeing people who taken massive bets, basically pooing their pants, not really knowing which side was going to win. And just, I don't know, the general meme spurting that's come out of 4chan, the general meme spurting that's come out of Reddit, Tumblr, and Facebook is quite humorous. How upset people have got over this small election, which, to be honest, was the lesser of two evils rather than the better of two goods, in my opinion. Another thing is, I don't really know how much these people influence American policy. I don't know if they're really decision makers as such, or if they're just kind of shown to be decision makers, but really they're just puppets kind of coordinating one part of a series of different, I don't know what the word would be, probably social manipulations to just allow things to happen through. Yeah, it's been very strange watching this whole election process. It was weird because at the start of it, it seemed like Trump was going to win. He seemed to be the rebel. I'm the fucking greatest. The whole fact that he had the attitude that he'd already won before he'd started. I mean, he used to say stuff like, "When I'm president," not if I am president, when I'm president, as though he was already president, as though it was guaranteed. That kind of obnoxiousness really worked for him. It made people put him in the role of president before he was even elected, which probably did good for his voting numbers. He had a lot of successful campaigns around America, and so did Clinton. Clinton had more media backing, and she had a lot of polls which were in her favour, but to be honest, I don't think the polls were really in her favour. I have a feeling that someone had put those polls in the paper to kind of make other people jump on the bandwagon of, well, it looks like Hillary's going to win, maybe I should vote for Hillary. Strange and kind of poetic justice in a way to see her get absolutely destroyed by the Trump voters. She, weirdly enough, did actually win in terms of, she got more votes. She got 200,000 more votes than Donald Trump did overall. but because she didn't win state to state and Donald Trump did win more state to state, he won the actual points, he won the seats. Pretty strange how that system works. Pretty strange that he won by a landslide, yet he actually lost on popular vote numbers. Very, very strange indeed. I'm very excited to see if he will really build this wall. I mean, I don't care that much about American affairs. I'm going to continue living my life whether he is actually the Nazi genocide propagator that the world seemed to be portraying him as or not. But it's going to be very, very interesting to see if he will build this wall and if it's impossible for him to force Mexico to pay for it. It's not a thing of great pride that incites me to want to see this. It's not a thing of wow, that's so cool that he did that. It's more historically it'll be amazing to see well, someone make a structure that's probably equatable maybe to the Great Wall of China and the Berlin Wall. Historically it's going to be an amazing piece of history that this actually happened, and politically it's going to be pretty yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy to actually watch this process, to see people's reactions around the world, especially now with Facebook and social media, because when they built the Berlin Wall there wasn't this kind of thing, and when they built the Great Wall of China, you know, you didn't go on Facebook, there was just a big wall in China, and people who weren't even from China didn't necessarily even know this wall existed, whereas now the whole community internationally can have their opinions, and there's going to be a lot of room for trolling. This is one of my main points of looking forward, because either way I can now troll and say that I never voted, and supporters of Hillary Clinton are going to be mad at me, and supporters of Trump are going to be mad at me because they'll say I could have voted either way or another and influenced the decision even more. I can say that I'm a Trump supporter and annoy all the Clinton supporters, and I can also say that I was a Clinton supporter and annoy all the Trump supporters very easily. But it's far easier to troll and pretend that I'm a Trump supporter than anything else at this moment in time. They have a very smoke victory coming. I do wonder what kind of trade deals and negotiations he's going to have with us in the UK, considering that we have a Brexit campaign and it's changed our trade restrictions due to no longer being in the EU. It might actually affect the price of the GBP in a positive way. Depends. It'll be a long-term thing if it does. Strange how the peso went down so quickly as well. It was, I suppose, a predictable effect of him winning the election, considering his foreign relations with Mexico from the start. And I do also wonder if this will lead to more far-right nationalism along the world, especially with Marine Le Pen gaining traction in France. But yeah, apart from all this bullshit, all I've got to say about it is it's mainly been funny watching all the posts about it, watching people adore Hillary or Trump and kind of regard them as gods. Watching people get so sucked into it as though it's a really major part of their lives, instead of getting on with their lives and just doing what they're doing. I have a friend here, he's right here in front of me actually, and he generally just plays video games, and he seems to just enjoy that a hell of a lot more than all these people who've been following these campaigns and getting stressed in their lives. And it makes me wonder why they bothered to choose that kind of stress when really it's irrelevant. They're going to have their vote and their say, and it either works or it doesn't, and after that there's no point being butthurt any further. Anyways, that's the end of my video on the whole Trump versus Clinton campaign. Hope you enjoyed it, and good luck.